Hi, honey bun. Hi. Aubrey Asia here, and I just want to say happy day. I have been thinking about this for the last couple of days, and I feel like I really want to share it with you. And I feel like you really could hear it. And so, all that I want to say is that there is no rush. Learn how to slow down so that you can process your thoughts and your emotions. Just slow down. Life is not a race, and there is no rush. There is no finish line. There's no finish line. There's just levels, right? There's a journey to be lived. There's a life to be experienced. And you rushing is taking away from your life's experience. It's taking away from the beauty that's in every single day when you're able to look at it, right? It's like when you take your mind from, oh, I'm running out of time, I need to do this and I need to do that, and I need to accomplish this and I need to accomplish that, and I need this much money in my bank account by this time, and I need this. It's like you are literally stripping yourself of life because you have now made it this really intense, serious thing, which life is not meant to be so serious. You've made it this stressful, intense, painful experience because you're rushing the process. Fall in love with the journey. Life is a journey. And on that journey, you have to allow everything to be what it is. And what I mean by that is, take a moment to just sit still. Take some deep breaths. Take like 3 deep breaths in your nose. Hi, butterfly. In your nose. Ooh. Out your mouth. Do that 3 times. And I want you to think about your heart when you're doing that, right? And I want you to say to yourself, slow down. There is no rush. I am not running out of time. You're not running out of time, baby. Fall in love with life again. Fall in love with what you're passionate about. Fall in love with the things that you cannot buy, with what God gave us for free, right? Go outside. A lot of times, too, we're stuck in this rabbit race, or what is it, this hamster wheel thing, because we don't go outside enough. The only time we go outside is when we're going to our jobs or we're going somewhere to handle some business or doing something. When is the last time you went outside to just walk outside and listen to the birds chirp and listen to the wind and look at the trees? If you look at a tree, you will see that it's so big. It's so big. And it doesn't beg for anything. It doesn't force its growth. It just stands there and it sprouts, right? It does all the things that it's meant to do by simply being, by simply existing. Think of yourself as a tree. The tree sheds, right? It loses all of its leaves when it gets cold. You're gonna shed too. You're gonna rid yourself of things. You're gonna go through things. It is all just a part of life's cycle. You don't have to judge everything so intensely, but instead accept where you are in your life and understand that seasons come and go. They come and go, and they're supposed to. Let them do that. But in every season, you can speak life into yourself. You can tell yourself, yes, this is hard, but I am doing it. I am going to do it. I may not know how I'm going to get through this, but I'm going to get through it, because guess what? If you're watching this video, I know that you've been through a lot of stuff. I know that you have come out of some horrible situations that probably should have killed you, right? It could have and should have harmed you in such a bad way. But you came out of it and you're here now. So that means that you have survived 100% of your hardest days. Now just imagine if you're working on your mindset of, okay, if I got through that stuff without even thinking about it, without even speaking life into myself, without even pouring into myself and speaking positively and having a connection with God and all these things, just imagine what you could do if you were to shift your mindset into that place. You understand what I'm saying? So what was I saying in the beginning of this video? There's no rush. Slow down and take your time. Assess your feelings. You are not your emotions. You don't have to make a house out of every emotion. You do not have to make everything so bad. It's not that bad. It's only that bad because you keep telling yourself it's that bad. I promise you, if you were to like wake up and be like, you know what, my life's good. I'm grateful for what I have. I want more, and it's okay to want more. It's okay to say that this is not enough. I want more. That's great that you want more, but you have to have the mindset to match it. If you want more, know that you can have more. Don't just want more and then continuously tell yourself that you can't have it. That's not how it works, because you're never going to have it if you keep telling yourself that, right? Because in this message, I'm saying life is not a race. You need to slow down and appreciate the journey for every moment that it is. Let everything be as it is. But I'm also telling you to speak life into yourself, and I'm telling you to work on your mindset. Work on speaking positively to yourself. Positive self-talk is so important. It is challenging to have to pick yourself up by the bootstraps or by the jacket, but you should be doing it. You should be doing it. You should be encouraging yourself. Don't just wait for somebody on the internet to tell you that you can, because you could be telling yourself this every single day, even when you don't feel like it. And I know some days are harder than others. Let those days be harder. Let them be harder. You don't have to make a whole picture out of your whole life because you're having one hard day. Do you understand that? So, ooh, ow, stomach. So, sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Pregnancy brain. Let's think of your life as on a map, right? The starting point is when you were born. The end point is when you will leave this earth, right? No one knows that. So it's just like a blank space. All that time in between, you get to create whatever you want to create. You get to live whatever kind of life you want to live. But while you're on this journey, right, you have free will. God gives us free will. God says, yes, you were meant to have an abundant life, and you were meant to live in peace, and you were meant to live in freedom, and you were meant to receive all of my blessings and my miracles, but you have free will. So if you want to go in that direction, which is to the left, which is the destructive path, based off of all of your intrusive thoughts, your emotions, depression, anxiety, all the things that make you make all of these decisions that take you away from your purpose and your calling. You can go that way if you want to. Nobody's stopping you. God's not going to stop you. You can go down the path of destruction if that's what you want. But you're still on the map of life, right? Remember, you're still on this map. Or you can take the path of abundance, love, peace, joy, figuring out who you are, right? Because life, that's the whole thing about the journey, right? It's about figuring out who you are. Essentially, that's what I'm learning. It's about, who am I? Who am I? Ask yourself that. Who am I? I asked myself that question, I think, a year or two ago, and I was perplexed because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what to say. Because I didn't know. So it's like, you gotta ask yourself, who am I? Sit down with yourself and say, what do I want? Because I gotta wake up and realize that I'm creating this. My mind and my thoughts are creating this life. I gotta figure it out. And the way that you figure it out is by slowing your behind down. Pump them brakes, baby. You're probably running the wrong race anyway. If you're going to be running a race, be running the race towards yourself, right? Run the race towards liberation in your mind and in your heart, and peace and love in your heart. Because guess what? That day is never coming where you're going to be happier if you're not continuously working on it within yourself. There's nothing that you can attain, like a car or a house or a relationship or money, that's going to fill voids in here. It'll temporarily make you feel good, but you're always going to be empty if you're not actually pursuing yourself, right? So, with all of this being said, if this found you, understand that you have so much control of yourself. You do not have control of the external world. I repeat, You have control of yourself. That is the only thing you have control over. You do not have control over anything external. You do not have control of the people around you. You do not have the control of the working environment. You do not have control of your children. You do not have control of any of those things. You just have control of yourself. So remember that. I am only in control of me. So all of the power that you keep giving to everything outside of you, take it back. And use it towards your development. Use it towards becoming a better person. And when I say all these things, I say with love. Become a better person with love. Becoming a better person doesn't mean being mean to other people or cutting people off and doing all these toxic things. That's not what it means. I love myself enough to do this for myself. I love myself enough to work on this. I know how scary it is to do shadow work because you have to see the ugly parts of you. Baby, just because you're not acknowledging those ugly parts don't mean that they don't exist. And that is why you're finding yourself troubled, because you're running away from your darkness. We all have darkness. We all have light. Assess both. Hi, butterfly. Oh my God. I love butterflies. I love butterflies, and they are my sign from God. Oh, I love butterflies. Thank you, God. I don't remember what I was saying. However, do the work. Just sit with yourself, baby. You're worth it. All that work you keep putting in to becoming the best person at work, why are you not putting that energy in to become your best self in yourself, within yourself? All that work that you keep putting in to make all these people around you love you, why are you not loving yourself? Why are you not putting that energy into loving yourself and facing yourself in your darkness, in your ugliness? We all have ugliness. We all have parts of us that are disrupted, okay? That it's not our fault. It just comes with it. And another thing, acceptance of the fact that you're never going to be perfect. You're not meant to be perfect. You're meant to be who you are. And you can only perfectly be you. But being perfect is not having everything right and always being light and always being positive and always having everything together. No, baby, it's a whole experience. Just because I can sit up here and share these things with you that I've learned does not mean that I don't have darkness. But I work through my darkness. I sit with myself in my darkness. I assess my darkness. I sit here and say, that was not healthy, Abby. You shouldn't have did that. That was not okay. Because it ain't about being healthy. But it is about being yourself and not being what your ego is creating you to be, right? Prideful, judgy, you're too good for this, you can't do that, or you're this. That's all your ego talking, baby. Tap into your spirit. Your spirit is the nice person inside of you that gives you compassion, that gives you gentleness, that gives you affirmation. Tap in with that. So I love you, and you got this. You got this. You may feel a little uncomfortable, but let that go. You're gonna feel uncomfortable when you're growing. It does not feel good. It's uncomfortable, but it's so worth it. And that's what I'm always gonna say. I sit here in this part of my life, I just want to let you know that you can too. You can too. I always will say this. There's nothing different about me and you. We are one. We are the same. We are one. Allow these videos to inspire you and move you and awaken that power inside of you, my love, because you have it. You have it. You just have to ignite it. Oh, where's my book? I wrote something like that in my book. This is my book, my sacred book that I am now. I wrote all this stuff in here when I was going through a bunch of awakening. Oh, it was right there. A bunch of awakenings, realizations, and things like that. And I wrote all this stuff in this book, and I never knew what. I'm gonna read this to you guys. I wrote this on October 10th. You are as powerful as you allow yourself to be. So what that means is there's already this power inside of you, right? It is just a matter of you igniting it or not. You don't have to acquire the power. It already is inside of you. It's already just waiting for you to say, come out, power. I allow you, power, to be my power. I allow you to live and to breathe and to be. That is what that means. Stop playing with your magic. You are in the way of your greatness. What are you so afraid of? What are you so afraid of? It's a good question to ask yourself. Why am I so scared to be alive, to live a good life? Why am I afraid of that? And then it says, wake up and do better. What are you waiting for? You have everything you need inside of you. Just believe. Just simply be. And that's crazy. We've been talking about that sort of kinda. And then I remember that I wrote this in there. And I'm sharing it with you, okay? So that's my gift to you today. Wake up and start living. Start living a good life. Choose what you want. Be what you want. Get rid of what you want.